This week, I generated 100 images with Higgsfield. Here are the ones that worked. First, a POV from a roller coaster, plunging straight down the steepest drop with hair whipping back wildly. Then a hot air balloon drifting over Rome at sunrise, the Colosseum just below in soft golden mist. Next, a freediver descending headfirst into the deep blue, bubbles streaming up as the light fades to black. A motorcyclist leaning hard into a Stelvio hairpin, knee almost grazing the asphalt under warm sunset light. Inside an F1 cockpit at the Monaco grid start, steering locked tight as the lights go out around him. An editorial infographic on the physics of roller coasters, every label crisp and every call-out perfectly readable. A Rome travel poster rendered in 5 different languages: Italian, Japanese, Korean, Hindi, and English. One design. A transparent glass octopus drifting half-submerged through Amsterdam canals at night, while pedestrians walk past completely unaware. A medieval knight from the year 1300 recording a vlog with a hand-carved wooden smartphone on a wooden tripod. A miniature city built inside a single human palm, with tiny trains running along palm lines and flying taxis. An IKEA showroom on the surface of Mars, complete with Swedish meatballs and astronaut families browsing the flat packs. A Nike Alphafly running shoe cross-section with the carbon plate, airflow streamlines, and foam compression all visualized clearly. A Renaissance oil painting in which villagers and nobles take selfies with friendly dragons in the town square. A photo-real humpback whale floating gracefully between Manhattan skyscrapers at golden hour, over in different yellow cabs below. An abandoned McDonald's resting on the deep ocean floor. Fish swimming through the rusted drive-through window covered in coral. A Viking driving a Tesla through a snow-covered Norwegian fjord road, perfectly deadpan and serious behind the wheel. A photoreal Lego model of Venice during the Acqua Alta flood. Gondoliers paddling between half-submerged plastic palazzi. An astronaut frying a Dutch Pannenkoek on the surface of Saturn, the iconic rings dominating the sky above. A colossal glass skull resting in a Dutch tulip field, with a complete futuristic miniature city inside the cranium. A library where books on the shelves transform into flying birds the very moment a reader turns a page. A scientific biology infographic of a dragon. Skeletal cutaway, muscle layers, internal organs, and habitat range map. Miniature construction crews working a giant computer keyboard as a vast construction site. Tower cranes rising between the keys. Julius Caesar in full toga, giving a TED Talk on a modern stage, addressing a fully packed seated audience. A colossal ancient tree growing in central Paris, with complete intact small houses and cafes built into its branches. A horror supermarket where every single product on the shelves has a living face that watches the lone shopper. Amsterdam in 1650, 2026, and 3026. The same canal street shown simultaneously across 3 different eras as a triptych. Inside the mind of an AI, neural cities floating in space, prompt blocks glowing, holographic memories drifting around. A photoreal giraffe in a tailored black suit leading a shareholder meeting from the head of a glass boardroom. A medieval village built around a colossal sleeping cat, with tiny houses on its back and smoke rising softly. An IKEA flat pack assembly manual for building a dragon, complete with exploded views, numbered screws, and instruction figures. An Atlantis subway station with mermaid and merman commuters waiting on a coral-encrusted platform for the next train. A film noir detective scene from the 1940s, where every character is an anthropomorphic vegetable under a hanging bulb. Dinosaurs in a packed movie theater watching a tender nature documentary about humans. Popcorn buckets clutched in their claws. A complete cyberpunk megacity living inside the screen of a vintage 1990s CRT monitor, neon glow leaking out. A giant Nike sneaker functioning as a complete apartment city, with tiny windows on the side panels and laces. Clouds shaped exactly like rolling ocean waves, with old wooden sailing ships gracefully traveling between the cloud crests. A Google Maps screenshot of ancient Rome in the year 120, with the Colosseum pin highlighted as a destination. A 1950s American diner staffed entirely by chrome-finned classic robots, neon signs glowing above the checkered floors. An ancient multi-story library built securely onto the shell of a colossal walking desert tortoise crossing the dunes. A traditional Viking village at night, entirely lit by cyberpunk neon signs in Old Norse runes and Odin holograms. Tiny chefs cooking on a giant pizza landscape, harvesting mushroom trees and tending vast fields of pepperoni discs. A National Geographic frame of dragons migrating in elegant V formation across a dramatic mountain range at golden hour. AI robot judges and prosecutors presiding over a single nervous human defendant in a sterile minimalist courtroom. A luxury perfume advertisement for Time. A broken antique pocket watch exploding into shimmering gold dust and gears. Sharks gliding between the rusted escalators of an abandoned shopping mall completely flooded into a vast aquarium. The Dutch windmills reimagined as colossal mechanical walking machines striding across the polders, blades still spinning. And finally, green-skinned aliens directing a 1990s human sitcom, completely confused by everything that humans do. 47 impossible shots, all generated free in ChatGPT. Pick a prompt, build your own world.